I'm going to call the Justice Committee meeting to order. We have a quorum. All members are present. Do we have any appearance by members of the public?
We've had no requests this evening.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is item 3, the consent agenda, items 3A and 3B. 3A, approval of minutes, October 8, 2024, regular meeting minutes, and 3B, recommended approval. We don't have any. All right, we don't have any. 3A. So just mean we're voting on 3A then? Okay. We are voting on item 3A. Can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Abraham, a second by member Bell. Any additions or corrections to the minutes? All right, seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is item 4A, Will Scanlon Circuit Court. We have one item for action. Item 4A, 1A, request approval of an award letter for an Office of Juvenile Justice Delinquency Prevention Grant. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Roseman Montoya. Roseman Mendoza. Ah, geez, wow. Good thing it's my last meeting. I can't even get the names right anymore. A second by member Schaefer. Mr. Scanlon, any comments or questions? Or any comments, anything you'd like to say about it?
Chairman Erickson, it's been a pleasure to serve with you. No. This is the grant that we spoke about applying for in April of 2023, deferred or applied for it in April of 2024. It was a long process, was awarded, or at least we received the award letter last month in October, is for, I'm going to say $750,000, but clearly is for $749,954, $46 less. It's a 3-year grant. It provides operational expenses for the Family Treatment Court, which accepted its first member in October, its first clientele in October, and began those clientele began phase 1 in October. And so we are happy that we have received this grant, and it provides us some stability for the next 3 years. And for the committee's information, the McLean County Family Treatment Court grant is the only operational family court treatment court in the state of Illinois. It is modeled after similar programs in Indiana and Iowa, all with the goal of returning children to families quicker, where those families have demonstrated commitment toward ending substance abuse and ending other issues in their home. So.
Do any members have any questions or comments? Member Schaefer.
Thank you. You mentioned phase 1. So is this very similar to the other specialty courts where they have phases and then there's like a graduation at the end?
It is modeled very similarly to probably drug court is your best model. And there are 5 phases over the course. I think someone can progress through them in about 15 months, 15 to 18 months, depending on their progress, and which is quicker than a normal juvenile abuse neglect case.
Does any other member have any questions or comments? Member Bell.
Okay, speaking of phases, and it's 3 years that this money is supposed to last, is that correct?
That is correct.
Have you ever had for incidents of the money running out that you could not get to the next phase? Have you ever came up short?
This is, when I speak of phases, I mean for the clientele who are progressing through the program. So if persons have a incidents of neglect or abuse, and they are referred to this program and they are accepted, they go through a series of 5 phases, the progress of which is somewhat dependent upon their participation in the program, their ability to attend substance abuse programming and other milestones. The 3-year grant is just for operational expenses for the court. What we will be working on, separate of the participants in the grant program, is a continued funding mechanism for this court going forward. What will be helpful over 3 years is to determine what really is the capacity of the court, what are the expenses, and then model that toward the 2027-28 fiscal year.
Thank you.
Does any other member have any comments or questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4A1A. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is item 4A2, items for information. Anything you'd like to add, Mr. Scanlon?
Just one thing that maybe the committee isn't aware of. Annually, Illinois State University holds a mock trial competition for college students. We just completed that weekend. They hold it at the Law and Justice Center and have done so for 23 out of the last 24 years. We didn't during one of the COVID years, 2021. We had about 300 students in the building Friday night, all day Saturday, and Sunday to about 1 o'clock in the morning. Through the cooperation of the Sheriff's Department and Emergency Management, we were able to host that in the building, facilities management as well, and it went wonderfully. And I just want to publicly thank those 3 departments for their assistance and cooperation.
Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is item 4B1A, Suzanne Montoya, Court Services Director. 4B1A, request approval of a memorandum of understanding for youth diversion collaboration between the Bloomington Police Department, Normal Police Department, McLean County Sheriff's Department, and the McLean County Juvenile Court Services. And can I have a motion to approve? Have a motion by Member Abraham, second by Member Roseman Mendoza. Ms. Montoya, would you like to discuss that?
Sure. This is a MOU that we've had in place for several years with all of the local school resource officers. This is really works to our advantage to divert youth that get in trouble within the school system from becoming involved in the court system. So we work heavily together to divert them away from the system, and has really impacted or reduced and eliminated any school to prison pipeline in McLean County.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4B1A. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is item 4B2, items for information. 4B2A, Court Services Adult Juvenile Division Statistics. Ms. Montoya, would you like to discuss those?
I don't have any additions, but I'm happy to answer any questions anyone has.
Does any member have any questions? Member Schaefer?
I don't have a question, but I do have a comment, if that's okay.
Okay, I'll allow it.
Thank you. There was a Veterans Court graduation last week, and it was very nice. We had one person graduate, and I just always like going to those graduations and listening to the individuals that are in court and seeing how they're progressing through the system. So, thank you.
Any other member have a comment or question? All right, seeing none, next item is other. Ms. Montoya, anything you'd like to add?
Just a couple updates. There is another Veterans Treatment Court graduation on November the 12th at 3 p.m. in courtroom 5B. There is a couple coming up in December, also December 17th at 3 p.m. in 5B, also for Veterans Treatment Court. And then I just wanted to give a brief update. I think I spoke about this a couple months ago, but the Office of Statewide Pretrial Services is taking over pretrial in McLean County effective November the 12th. They have hired 3 pretrial supervision officers for McLean County, 1 pretrial field officer, and 1 pretrial supervisor. The chief judge signed an administrative order transferring all cases, files, clients to OSPS effective November the 12th. So McLean County Probation will no longer handle pretrial cases locally. If you want any more information on OSPS, you can contact me directly, or the illinoiscourts.gov /statewide-pretrial-system is their website.
Any comments or questions? Thank you. Anything else?
That is it for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 4C, Erica Reynolds, McLean County State's Attorney. We have no item for action. We do have the state's attorney's caseload and forfeiture fund reports for information. Anything you'd like to say about that, Ms. Reynolds?
I don't have anything to add, but of course, I'm open for questions.
Does any member have any comments or questions? All right, anything else you'd like to add?
Just an update, we have received the numbers back for the individuals that passed the bar. In July, there were only 48 people that passed the bar in the entire 4th district, so that is less than 1 attorney per county. We are lucky enough to get one of those attorneys that passed the bar. He is set to start work with us in a couple of weeks, but the numbers are still very, very low compared to historical data. So just an FYI.
Does any member have any comments or questions? All right, anything else?
No, thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is Don Everhart, McLean County Circuit Clerk. We have no items for action. We do have the Circuit Clerk's monthly statistical reports. Mr. Everhart, would you like to address those?
I have no comment to make, but I'd be glad to answer any questions.
Any comments or questions? All right, well, we're not voting on that. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is item 4E. We have Hadley Welsh, the Chief Deputy. We have two items for action. Item 4E1A, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the City of Bloomington, Town of Normal, and the County of McLean for 2024 Burn Justice Assistance Grant Program Award. And can I have a motion to approve? I have a motion by Member Tompkins, a second by Member Bell. Mr. Welsh, would you like to address that?
Certainly. We've been fortunate enough to piggyback onto this grant for a number of years with Bloomington and Normal. I believe the funding we're using this year is to purchase, we call them active shooter kits. It's basically so we can buy ballistic armor for our deputies if they're responding to a school or something like that. Those plates that they have in that body armor are rifle rated. And then additionally, we also are getting them ballistic helmets. So going to good use.
Does any member have any comments or questions? Member Tompkins?
Yes, sir. Are those plates 3A or 4A rated?
That's a good question. I'd have to get back to you on that.
Any other comments or questions? All right, seeing none, we're voting on item 4E1A. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Next item on the agenda is item 4E1B, request approval of an ILEAS Less Lethal Alternatives for Law Enforcement Less Lethal Device Grant Agreement. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by Member Tompkins, a second by Member Schaefer. Mr. Welsh, would you like to address that?
Yes. So when this opportunity became available, I believe that the state had funded $19 million for these less lethal devices for police departments across the state. Well, it wasn't long after that where they had actually reduced that funding by $15 million. So that left $4 million for everybody across the state. Well, we still submitted the grant, not expecting to get anything, so we were pleasantly surprised to have gotten enough to purchase 5 devices through Axon with their TASER product. So we were very pleasantly surprised. Worked out good.
Does any member have any questions? Member Tompkins?
Yes, sir. Are those non-lethal devices primarily a taser, or are they rubber pellet based, or are they the beanbag based?
Well, there's a variety of less lethal options you can go with. We chose to go with the TASER route with this grant.
Any other questions, comments? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4E1B. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Next item on the agenda is an item for information, the sheriff's monthly statistical report. Mr. Welch, do you have anything you'd like to say about that?
Yes, I have a few numbers here that I'll pass on to you because I'm not sure if the mental health information's on that report that was submitted. But this, just to give you an update, we currently have 10 people in our facility that 3 have been found to be not guilty by reason of insanity. We have 7 that are unfit to stand trial, so they're waiting to go to DHS. I think the longest that we've been waiting in this particular batch has been since June 28th. Certainly not what we were seeing before, but there's still a little bit of a lag time there. Then you probably saw that our average population for the month of October, it's nearing 200, which is the highest that we've seen in the last 12 months. We are currently, let's see, we currently have 2 inmates that are waiting transfer to the Department of Corrections, and that's 2 females. We have 0 men that are waiting, that have been sentenced waiting transfer. However, we do have 11 men that are on parole that are being detained for local charges. And we have, since the beginning of October to today's date, we've transported 17 to DOC.
Does any member have any comments or questions? All right, seeing none. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, sir.
All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 4F, Eileen Pagan, Children's Advocacy Center Director. First item for action is item 4F1A, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the counties of McLean and Logan for the court-appointed Special Advocates Program. And can I have a motion to approve? A motion by Member Abraham, a second by Member Roseman Mendoza. Ms. Pagan, would you like to discuss that?
Yes, we are requesting the approval of the IGA between McLean and Logan for the expansion of the CASA program to Logan County. Both the Chief Judiciary for the 11th Circuit has already shared their approval, and both judges here and in Logan County are in favor of the program expanding to Logan County. We are proposing an IGA for your approval, and we also have secured funding through DCFS and Illinois CASA for the expansion, and that's the next item.
Does any member have any questions or comments? Member Schaefer?
So right now Logan does not have a CASA program.
That is correct.
So then you have to recruit the volunteers for that. Have you already started that process yet, or has there been interest in the population there that are willing to do that, or will people from here be going there?
No. People from McLean County would not be serving as CASA volunteers in Logan County. We will start the recruitment process, but we cannot start until National CASA has approved the program, and we cannot get approval for the program without these documents. You're welcome.
Any other member have any comments or questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4F1A. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is item 4F1B, request approval of an expansion grant between Illinois Association of Court-Appointed Special Advocates and County of McLean. And can I have a motion to approve? Have a motion by Member Tompkins, a second by Member Bell. Ms. Pagan, would you like to address that?
This is the expansion grant. It will run for the remainder of FY '26 and FY '25 and FY '26. It will cover all startup costs for beginning the process of starting a CASA program in Logan, which includes one full-time position, one half-time position, and a portion of the CASA director for McLean County salary and fringe.
Does any member have any questions, comments? All right, seeing none, we're voting on item 4F1B. 4F1B. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Next item on the agenda is an item for information. It's the monthly reports of the Children's Advocacy Center. Ms. Pagan, would you like to address those?
I do not have anything to add, but I'm open to questions.
Does any member have any questions? Member Bell.
I don't have a question, but you have big shoes to fill, and it's a pleasure to have you on board.
Thank you. Looking forward to working together.
Okay, we're under other. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, thank you.
All right, thank you. I guess Ms. Schroeder's not here, is she? All right. Next item is Kathy Yoder, McLean County Coroner. If you have any questions about her monthly report, you can direct them to the county administrator or Ms. Yoder. Next item on the agenda is item 4H, Ron Lewis, Public Defender. We have one item for action, item 4H1A, request approval of proposal and contract with GIVSCO Construction Company for remodeling of the Public Defender's Office. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by Member Tompkins, a second by Member Abraham. Mr. Lewis, would you like to discuss that?
Thank you. This goes back funding-wise to 2023. The state of Illinois provided funds to public defenders' offices from the Supreme Court, distributed through the chief judges of the circuits, which we had $113,000 in 2023. We wanted to change our floor plan at the public defender's office to squeeze some more offices for attorneys and create some better space for the staff that is cramped there right now. With the assistance of facilities and, Scott Fogler and Joe Gaither and other departments, we did explore. We spent a little money on the architects coming through, gave us a plan, trying to work it for the money that was given to us by the state, but it cost more than what we had, but we learned that there was a second distribution coming for 2024. That has been received. We have enough money to put towards this project. It is state of Illinois money. And as I said, with the really the help of others, we can move this project forward. You'll probably hear from Tony or somebody in property committee too when they come up, but that's we're looking to move forward.
Does any member have any comments or questions? Member Bell.
I was here when 1978 when this building opened up around that time, and it still looks pretty dull and boring and very masculine, and especially your office. So I just hope that it looks a lot better, like this room. It's brighter, it's cheerier, and I hope that I can see some drawings of what you plan to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we're reusing a lot of things within to keep costs down and so forth. And there are certain things we couldn't do because of moving certain walls would cost more and things like that. So I'm hoping we aren't so frugal that we can't improve the beauty of it a little bit, but we're squeezing out what we can.
Does any other member have any comments or questions? All right, seeing none, we are voting on item 4H1A. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is the Public Defender's Caseload Report. Mr. Lewis, would you like to address that?
I don't have anything to add to that. I'm available for questions.
Does any member have any questions? All right, anything else you'd like to add?
I would just add that our office is also experiencing the new attorney crunch that the state's attorney's office is. We do have one 7-Eleven attorney that we have that is getting sworn in this week and will be working for us immediately. So it's a step in the right direction. That's all.
Any member have any comments or questions? All right, anything else? Thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is item 4I, Cassie Taylor, County Administrator. Do we have anything?
Thank you, Chair Erickson. I have no items to present for action or information, but do want to thank you for your service as the chair of this committee.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Next item on the agenda is other business and communication. Next meeting is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024 at 4:30. Do like to say it's been a pleasure serving with each and every one of you. It's been a long 13 and a half years. I don't think I'm going to miss it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But it's been fun. It's also been educating. So it's been fun working with everybody on here and all the department heads. So I appreciate all the work that you've done. Other than that, does anybody else have anything for other business and communication? Member Schaefer?
I just want to put my 2 cents in and thank you for the work that you've done for those 13 and a half years and as chair of this committee. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. All right, anybody else? Come on, we can keep up the compliments all day here if we want. I mean.
I would also recognize that Member Abraham's last meeting is tonight for the Justice
Yes.
Committee, so thank you for your service as well.
Yes, thank you for your service.
I want to,
Any, Member Schaefer?
well, see, if Mr. Abraham gets through law school and passes the bar on the first time, maybe one of these two people can hire you. So we hope to see you back here maybe.
Come on now.
Anybody else? All right, I think we are adjourned. Thank you.